Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. A hearty welcome to today's English class. Today we are going to learn the sixth lesson from the movements Weathering the Storm in Ersama. It is written by Harsh Mandar. He is born in Shillong in 1955. He is a writer and a social worker. He has worked as an IAS in the states of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh for almost 20 years. The story Weathering the Storm in Ersama, it gives an account of the storm that hit the coastal town of Ersama in Odisha state in the year 1999. A young boy, Prashant, faced the fury of the storm and reached his village. The details of how he worked hard to help the villagers overcome the devastation caused by the storm inspire us to have courage and positive approach towards life. So students, take the textbook, sixth lesson, page number 37. Weathering the storm in Ersama. Weathering here means facing the difficult situation. That is a storm or a super cyclone in Ersama. The cyclone that hit Orissa in October 1999 killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages. For 2 dreadful nights, Prashant, a young man, was marooned on the roof of a house. On the 3rd day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family? So this is about the cyclone that hit Odisha, coastal regions of Odisha in 1999. And this is about a young boy named Prashant who went to his friend's house 18 kilometers away from his own village. And there he was trapped, he was caught up in the storm and he could not come back to his house because of the cyclone. On 27th October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Ersama, a small town in coastal Orissa, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. So, on October 27th in 1999, Prashant, he lost his mother 7 years back and he went to his friend's house to meet his friend 18 kilometers from his village. The name of the place that he visited is Ersama, and it is a small town in coastal Orissa. So it was 18 kilometers away from his village. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly wind gathered. So in the evening, that same evening, suddenly a dark and menacing means threatening storm quickly gathered. So all of a sudden, unexpectedly, the storm started. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. So Prashant, for the first time, he was witnessing or seeing a storm like that. So fast, very speedy one, with a great speed and fury. Fury is with anger. It hit the coastal areas of Odisha. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. So heavy and incessant means continuous. Incessant means continuous or non-stopping rain filled the darkness. It was very dark. There was no sunlight in the evening. Ancient trees were uprooted and crushed to the earth. Many old trees that were uprooted and they crashed to the earth. Screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. So people were crying, screaming, because as they lost their houses, and even the people were washed away in the water, the flood water. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house neck deep. So even in his friend's house, the waters swirled, means it entered his friend's house, and water was about neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 kilometers per hour. So the speed of the wind was 350 kilometers per hour, and since his friend's house was well built of bricks and mortar, that is plaster, and was very strong enough, it could resist the devastation of the storm and the heavy rain. But the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their house sometime in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls. But in the middle of the night, coconut tree were uprooted and it fell on the roof of the house, damaging its roof and walls. So that made the inmates of the house very frightening and terrified. They were terrified by the heavy damages. The crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours, although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning. So the crazed means the wild and out of control. No one could control. Already uncontrollable destruction and brought means brought about by the cyclone, and the surge of the waves of the ocean continued for the next 34. It was continuously affected for 36 hours. But the wind, by next morning, the speed of the wind had reduced. But there was water all around the houses and even inside the house. To escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his friends' family had taken refuge on the roof. So, as the water entered their house, Prashant and his friends' family, they climbed on the roof and they stayed on the roof of the house. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the grey light of the early morning. He can never forget the sight that he had seen, the great devastation that was brought by this heavy storm and the cyclone and the incessant rain. He can never forget the devastation or the destruction that brought about. A raging, deadly brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Only fractured cement houses still stood in a few places. Even all the houses were washed away. The cement houses were fractured or broken, and only remains of the houses could be seen here and there. Bloated animal carcasses and human corpses floated in every direction. Bloated means it was bloating on the water. They could see the carcasses. Animal carcasses means the dead bodies of animals, and also corpses of human beings. Like corpses are dead bodies of human beings. So they could see this animal, the dead bodies of animals and human beings floating over the water everywhere. All round, even huge old trees had fallen. Many trees had fallen down. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house. So on the roof of his friend's house, 2 coconut trees had fallen and broke some parts of the wall and damaged the roof. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. Since the family people were on the roof of their house, this was a blessing. This falling or the uprooting of the coconut trees on the roof was a blessing in disguise. That means it was a blessing for them. It was a lucky thing or a fortunate for them, because they could survive with the tender coconuts from the coconut trees that had fallen, and they remained for several days on the roof of the house until the water was subsided. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. So after this, for the 2 days, they remained along with his friend's family. Prashant remained on the top of their house on the rooftop. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. The rainwater washed away Prashant's tears. They froze. They were feeling very cold, remaining in the open area on the rooftop. And Prashant was weeping. He was crying, and his tears were washed away by the rainwater. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. Was he to be bereaved once again? So he was all tensed and worried about his family members, whether they survived or they are also washed away by the flood water. Was he to be bereaved? That means again he had to suffer from the grief of the dying of the separation of his family members, because only 7 years back he lost his mother, and remaining his family people, whether they were lost in the water or the flood. 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased and the rainwater slowly began to recede. So he remained for 2 days. After the 2 days, he was waiting for the water to recede. So slowly the water started to recede, means diminish, and he decided to go to his village. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay. He did not want to remain there any longer. He decided to start his search for his family members. He wanted to go to his village and find out whether his family members are still alive or not. But the situation was still dangerous, and his friend's family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer. But Prashant knew he had to go. But still it was very dangerous situation. The water was full, and the way could not be seen. So Prashant decided to go to his village, but his friends, family members pleaded him, requested him not to go, wait for some more time and then to proceed. He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick and then started on his 18-kilometer expedition back to his village through the swollen floodwaters. He equipped himself, that he took along with him a long and sturdy means very fat, a big stick he took. Then he started his 18 kilometers expedition. Expedition is here journey back to his own village in the swollen flood waters. It was a journey he would never forget. He can never forget this journey that he had undertaken to his village. He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road to determine where the water was most shallow. So he made use of his stick to find out where is the water was shallow, means where he could pass, and to locate the areas, to locate the road, he made use of this stick that he had with him. At places it was waist deep and progress was slow. So in some places it was water was up to waist deep, and the progress was, the water was reducing very slowly. At several points he lost the road and had to swim. The way could not be seen, the road could not be seen, and in some places he had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find two friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. They decided to move ahead together. So after traveling for some distance, he met two of his uncle's friends, and they started moving together. So along with them he moved to his own village. He was relieved, he was little bit comforted, and he was happy that when he met his uncle's friends. As they waded through the waters, the scenes they witnessed grew more and more macabre. So as they waded means walk with the efforts, with the help of the stick they were moving in the flood water. Then the scenes that they witnessed, the sight that they have seen grew more and more macabre, means more frightening and shocking things. On the way they had to see more frightening things. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children, and carcasses of dogs, goats, and cattle that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. So as they moved ahead, they had to push away many human bodies of children, women, and men. Also the carcasses, the dead bodies of the animals, they had to push away while moving in the water. It was a terrible sight and he can never forget it. In every village that they passed, they could barely see a house standing. They could barely see, means they could not see any houses because the complete villages were destroyed. No houses could be seen in the villages. Prashant now wept out loud and long. He started crying loud and long as he was moving in the waters. He could not imagine about his family people. So he was tensed and he started crying loudly. He was sure that his family could not have survived this catastrophe. Catastrophe means disaster. So as he was seeing this the sight outside, he knew that his family would not survive. His family, he might have lost all his family members. So he was so tensed and terrified. So students, we'll stop the lesson here. Read the lesson. Thank you students. Have a nice day.